Good afternoon everyone. Today we are going to start with our second period of this week. We are going to study plant nutrition under the topic autotrophic mode of nutrition. We know that all the green plants are autotrophic in nature. That means they prepare their own food with the help of raw materials, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water. These three substances are required for the process of preparing their own food. In a green color pigment called as chlorophyll, which is present in the leaves or green color parts of the plants. This chlorophyll is the site of photosynthesis, which is present in the chloroplast cell organelle. This chlorophyll is helpful for capturing the sunlight from the sun. Carbon dioxide is made available by the small openings present beneath the leaves, which are called as stomata. From the stomata, carbon dioxide enters inside the leaf and reaches the chlorophyll. Then water is absorbed by the roots from the soil and then it reaches to the leaves for the process of preparing their own food. So this process of preparing their own food by the plants is called as photosynthesis. We already have studied about this in standard 7, even in standard 4 about the process of photosynthesis. You already are well known about this process. So the process by which plants prepare their own food using sunlight, carbon dioxide and water is called as photosynthesis. So let's define the process of photosynthesis. In the process of photosynthesis, plant obtain the inorganic substances like carbon dioxide and water inside the chlorophyll, and in presence of sunlight they prepare the molecules of glucose and release oxygen outside the cell. This process is called as photosynthesis. They prepare the organic substances like glucose and release oxygen in the atmosphere with the help of stomata. This process is called as photosynthesis. By what equation we can mention this process of photosynthesis in this way, that with the help of carbon dioxide and water inside chlorophyll and in presence of sunlight, plants prepare the organic substance like glucose, or when many glucose molecules are formed, they are stored in the plants in the form of starch. So they prepare the organic substance like glucose and release release oxygen out. This process is called as the photosynthesis. We call this process as photosynthesis. So the name itself suggests photo means using sunlight, synthesis means to prepare. So they prepare their own food with the help of sunlight, with the help of inorganic substances like carbon dioxide, water inside the chlorophyll. In presence of sunlight, they prepare organic substances like glucose and release oxygen out. This process is called as photosynthesis. So we can balance this equation also by 6CO2 plus 6H2O release 1 molecule of glucose and 6 molecules of oxygen are released out. This process is called as photosynthesis. I hope you understood the process of photosynthesis. Now, which are the 3 steps which are photosynthesis that we are going to learn. The three steps in the process of photosynthesis are: first step is absorption of water. Absorption of water is done by the roots of the plants, and with the help of capillary action, that is, vacuum is created in the xylem of the plant, and with the help of that vacuum the water is sucked inside the xylem of the stem, and then it is given to the leaves of the plants. So this is how absorption of water is taken place inside the plants. So this is the first step, which is very important step involved in the process of photosynthesis. Then the second step is conversion of light energy into chemical energy. So in this process, the conversion of light energy into the chemical energy takes place. And here what happens actually is the light energy, that is sunlight, is utilized for the process of preparing of glucose molecule. So glucose is a chemical and the light is the sunlight is the light energy. So here the conversion of light energy into chemical energy takes place. So that is the second step in the process of photosynthesis. And third step is nothing but the formation of glucose molecule with the help of reduction of water. So this is a very important step in the process of photosynthesis, which we haven't seen up till now. Up till your 9th standard, we have not learned this step. Only we know that there is conversion of the light energy or the carbon dioxide and the water in the glucose. But how actually the glucose molecule is formed is by reduction of water molecule. Now what is reduction of water molecule? In reduction of water molecule, actually splitting of water molecule takes place. So what happens here? The hydrogen and oxygen from the H2O molecule, hydrogen is separated and oxygen is separated. So this is called as splitting of water molecule, and this is also called as Hill's reaction. So what happens? Because of the sunlight, the water molecule H2O is broken down and separated as hydrogen and oxygen, and these separated hydrogen and oxygen is further mixed with the carbon dioxide for the formation of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen molecule, that is nothing but the carbohydrate, or which is nothing but glucose. So this is how, by splitting of water molecule, actually the glucose molecule is formed, and the oxygen which remains extra in this reaction is released out by the plants. So this process is called as photosynthesis, and in that 3 steps are involved. First is absorption of water, second is conversion of light energy into chemical energy, and third step, formation of glucose molecule with the help of reduction of water, that is splitting of water molecule into hydrogen and oxygen, and then the glucose molecule is formed. and this whole process is nothing but photosynthesis. For the process of photosynthesis to be happen, to take place, certain very important things are there, and that are nothing but which we already have discussed and that are nothing but the carbon dioxide, presence of carbon dioxide, presence of sunlight and presence of water. In our next session, we are going to learn about whether all these three things are really important for the process of photosynthesis or not, and we are going to prove it that they are essential with the help of experiments. Thank you.